Hello, and welcome to another wonderful episode of I am really happy that you are here with me today. Thank you for choosing to spend your time listening. I hope you are having a good day. But if today feels a little difficult or heavy, don't worry. Maybe this episode can bring you some comfort, some new ideas, or just a small smile. As always, this podcast is made for English learners. It is for people who want to improve their listening and speaking skills. I try to use very simple and easy English so that you can understand everything without stress. You don't need to know many difficult words. You just need to relax, listen, and enjoy. So let's begin together. Let's learn something new in a calm and simple way. Today's topic, the power of now. Today, I want to talk about a very beautiful idea. It is called the power of now. This idea has helped many people live a happier and more peaceful life. And I believe it can help you too. In this episode, we will talk about what it really means to live in the present moment, why living in the now is so powerful, how living in the now can change your life. And I will also give you some small, easy tips to practice being in the present every day. These are things you can try immediately. They don't take much time, but they can make your life feel lighter and more enjoyable. A question for you. Before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt sad because of something that already happened in your past? Maybe a mistake, maybe a moment when things went wrong. You think about it again and again, and it still makes you feel unhappy. Or maybe you have felt nervous about the future. You think about tomorrow, or next week, or even next year. You imagine problems. You ask yourself, what if this happens? What if something goes wrong? Almost all of us feel this way sometimes. We remember the past. We worry about the future. And while we are doing that, something important happens. We miss the present moment. We forget about now. Why now is important. Think about this. The past is already gone. We cannot change it. No matter how much we think about it, it will not come back. The future is not here yet. We can plan for it, but we cannot control it completely. We don't really know what will happen tomorrow. The only real time we have is now. This moment right here, right now. The present is the place where life actually happens. When you listen to me speaking right now, that is the present. When you take a deep breath, that is the present. When you look around at your room, your desk, the people near you, that is the present. This is why the present moment, or the now, is so powerful. It is real. It is alive. It is where everything happens. Understanding time. Let's think about time in a very simple way. Time can be divided into 3 parts. The past, the present, the future. The past is everything that has already happened. Yesterday, last week, last year, 10 years ago, all of that is past. We can remember it. Sometimes it makes us smile. Sometimes it makes us cry. But whatever it is already finished. The future is everything that has not happened yet. Tomorrow, next week, next month, or many years from now, that is the future. We can imagine it. We can dream about it. We can make plans. But it is not real yet. And then we have the present. The present is this exact second. The breath you take right now. The sound you hear right now. The thing you see in front of you right now. That is the present. When we understand this, we see something very clear. The past is gone. The future has not come yet, but the present is always here. Why we miss the present? The problem is that many times our mind does not stay in the present. Our mind likes to travel. Sometimes it travels backward, to the past. Sometimes it travels forward, to the future. And when the mind is always moving, We forget to live in the moment that is real. We are alive, but we are not really living. We are somewhere else in our thoughts. Have you ever walked outside but didn't notice the sky, the trees, or the air because you were thinking about something else? That is what happens when we are not in the present. The power of now. But when we learn to live in the present, something beautiful happens. We start to enjoy life more. We start to feel thankful for the little things we have. We feel less stress. We feel more peace inside. Living in the now does not mean we forget about the past or stop planning for the future. It simply means we give more attention to this moment because this is the only moment we can truly experience. So today, let's go on a small journey together. Let's explore the meaning of now. Let's learn how to practice it in simple ways every day. And let's see how this idea can bring more calm, more happiness, and more peace into your life. Are you ready? Let's begin. The future and the present. Now, let's talk about the future. The future is the time that has not come yet. It is what will happen later. Maybe the future is tomorrow. Maybe it is next week. Maybe it is next month or even many, many years from now. We often think about the future. We like to imagine it. We make plans for it. We dream about what we want to do. Sometimes the future makes us feel excited. We look forward to a trip, a new job, or meeting someone we love. But sometimes the future makes us feel nervous or worried. We ask ourselves, what if something goes wrong? What if things don't happen the way I hope? But here's the truth. The future is not here yet. We do not know what will really happen. We can only guess. We can only wait. The present. And then we have the present. We also call it the now. The present is very special because it is the only time we truly have. The past is already gone. The future has not come yet. But the present, this moment, is here. It is real. Every breath you take happens now. Every word you say happens now. Every sound you hear happens now. The now is alive. The now is where life takes place. This is why it is so important to focus on the present moment. Where is our mind? But here's the problem for many of us. Even though we are living in the present, our mind is not always here. Our thoughts like to travel. Sometimes they go back to the past. Sometimes they run ahead to the future. And because of this, we forget to live in the now. Think about this. Have you ever sat in a room but your mind was far away, remembering something that happened yesterday? Maybe you thought, why did I do that? Why did I say that? I should have done it differently. Or maybe you sat there and your mind was busy worrying about what will happen tomorrow. You thought, what if this happens? What if something goes wrong? Our mind moves back and forth, past, future. But very often, it forgets the most important place, the present. What happens when we stay in the past or the future? When we think too much about the past, we often feel regret or sadness. We remember mistakes. We remember things we lost. But no matter how much we think about them, we cannot go back and change them. The past is finished. When we think too much about the future, we often feel stress or fear. We imagine problems that are not even real. We create worries in our mind about things that have not happened yet. This is why learning to bring our mind back to the present is so powerful. The power of now. When we focus on now, we feel more peaceful. We notice what is around us. We hear the birds singing. We hear the wind blowing. We even hear our own breathing, slow and gentle. We also notice small, beautiful things. The smile of a friend, the taste of our food, the warmth of the sun on our face. All of these things happen only in the present moment. But if we are too busy thinking about the past or the future, we miss them. So, now means this moment, right here,
right now.
as you listen to my voice, you are in the present. This is where life is happening. Yes, the past and the future are part of your story. They are important, but they are not where you live. You live in the now. And when you give your attention to the present moment, you feel more alive. You feel happier. You feel more peaceful. A small practice. So, as you listen to me now, let's practice together. Take a deep breath. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Look around you. Notice the colors, the shapes, the light in the room. Notice the sounds you can hear right now. Notice how your body feels, the chair, the floor, the air on your skin. This is the present moment. This is where your life is. And this moment is a gift. That is why we call it the present. Why do people forget to live in the now? Now, let's ask a big question. Why do people so often forget to live in the now? This is something that happens to almost everyone. It is very normal. If you sometimes forget to enjoy the present moment, don't feel bad. You are not alone. Our mind is always busy. It likes to jump from one thought to another like a little monkey moving from tree to tree. Most of the time, our mind is not in the present. It is thinking about the past or worrying about the future. It is not easy for the mind to stay in the now. That is why so many people forget to enjoy the present moment. Thinking about the past. Let's first talk about the past. The past is everything that has already happened in your life. Some memories are happy. Some memories are sad. Sometimes, we enjoy thinking about good memories. For example, maybe you remember a birthday party with your family. Maybe you remember a trip with your friends. These are nice memories, and they can make us smile. But many times, our mind does not stop at the good memories. It also goes back to the bad ones. We remember mistakes we made. We remember words we said that hurt someone. We remember moments when we failed or when we lost something. For example, maybe you think about a time you did badly on a test. Maybe you remember saying something unkind to a friend, and now you feel sorry about it. Maybe you think about a job you wanted but did not get, or a chance you missed. When we think about these moments again and again, they can make us feel heavy inside. They bring feelings of sadness or regret. We may say to ourselves, "Why did I do that? If only I could change it." But the truth is very clear. We cannot change the past. No matter how many times we think about it, we cannot go back. The past is finished. It is done. And still, our mind often goes back to those old memories. And when we stay there too long, we miss what is happening right now. We stop living in the present moment, thinking about the future. Now, let's think about the future. The future is the time that has not come yet. It is tomorrow. It is next week. It is next month. It is next year. Of course, it is normal to think about the future. We all make plans. We all have dreams. Planning is good. But often we do not just plan, we also worry. We ask ourselves, what if something bad happens? What if I fail? For example, maybe you worry about your work. You wonder, will I do well? What if I lose my job? Maybe you worry about money. You ask, how will I pay my bills? What if I don't have enough? Maybe you have an exam soon and you think, what if I forget everything I studied? What if I don't pass? When we think too much about the future, it can make us feel very stressed. We create pictures in our mind of problems that have not even happened yet. We feel fear about something that is not real in this moment. And when we are so busy worrying about tomorrow, We cannot see the good things that are here today. We cannot enjoy the peace that is in this moment because our mind is already running to the next moment. The problem with past and future. So here is what happens. When we think too much about the past, we feel regret and sadness. When we think too much about the future, we feel worry and fear. Both of these feelings take us away from the now. Both of these feelings stop us from enjoying life in the present moment. That is why it is so important to bring our mind back to the now. Coming back to the present. When we focus on the present moment, something changes. We start to feel calmer. We begin to notice the small good things in our life. We feel thankful for what we have right now. Of course, this is not always easy. Our mind will still try to run away to the past or to the future. That is normal. That is what the mind likes to do. But when we notice this, we can gently guide our mind back to the present. We can remind ourselves, the past is finished. The future is not here yet. This moment is my life. When we say this to ourselves, we feel lighter. We feel less stress. We feel more peace inside. The power of now. And this is the real power of now. It helps us live life as it truly happens, not as it was in the past, and not as we imagine it might be in the future, but as it is right here, right now. What happens when we focus on the now? So now, let's move to the next question. What happens when we really focus on the present moment? When we live in the now, something beautiful begins to happen. What happens when we live in the now? So, what happens when we live in the present moment? When we bring our attention back to the now, something begins to change inside us. We start to feel calm. We start to feel more at peace. Our mind is no longer running in circles, thinking about things that make us sad about the past or worried about the future. Instead, our mind is simply here, resting in this moment. And that brings us happiness. It feels almost like we are carrying a heavy bag on our shoulders. The bag is full of stress, worries, and regrets. But when we focus on now, it feels as if someone has taken that heavy bag away. Suddenly, we feel lighter. We can finally take a deep breath and feel good inside, enjoying the small things. When we live in the now, we begin to notice the small things in life. And often, it is these small, simple things that bring us the greatest joy. Think about going for a walk. If your mind is full of problems, you may not even see the world around you. You may not notice the bright blue sky. You may not see the tall green trees. You may not hear the birds singing in the distance. But if you bring your mind back to the present moment, everything changes. You start to see the colors of the sky. You notice the way the leaves move gently in the wind. You hear the soft sound of your feet as they touch the ground. You feel the cool or warm air on your face. A simple walk suddenly becomes a wonderful experience. Being with people we love. The same is true when we are with the people we care about. When our mind is busy with other thoughts, we may not fully enjoy the time we spend with them. But when we focus on now, we really listen. We see their smile. We hear their laughter. We notice the tone of their voice. We feel their presence. Imagine sitting with a close friend or a family member. If you are thinking about work or about problems, you may not enjoy the moment together. But when you bring your attention back to now, you begin to feel thankful just to sit with them. You see their eyes, you hear their words, and you realize how precious this moment is. Enjoying simple daily moments. Living in the now also helps us enjoy very ordinary things in daily life. For example, imagine you are drinking a cup of tea. If your mind is far away, thinking about the future or worrying about work, you may drink the tea quickly without even tasting it. The tea is gone, but you did not really experience it. But if you stop and bring your mind to now, that same cup of tea becomes something special. You feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. You smell the gentle fragrance of a tea. You take a small sip and really taste the flavor. You notice how the tea feels as it moves into your body. In that moment, you are not in the past. You are not in the future. You are simply here, enjoying your tea. And in that simple act, you discover peace. Noticing yourself. When we live in the now, we also begin to notice ourselves more deeply. We feel our breath as it moves in and out. We feel our heart beating in our chest. We notice how our body feels, maybe tired, maybe strong, maybe full of energy. We become friends with ourselves in this moment. We stop fighting with our thoughts. We stop trying to change what has already happened. We stop trying to control what has not yet come. We simply accept this moment as it is. And that acceptance gives us a deep feeling of calm. Slowing down. Another wonderful gift of living in the now is that we stop rushing. Many times, we are always in a hurry. We rush to finish our meal. We rush to finish our work. We rush to finish our day. And then we ask ourselves, where did the time go? But when we focus on now, we slow down. We give full attention to whatever we are doing. We wash the dishes slowly, with care. We write an email with focus, instead of rushing through it. We play with our child or pet with joy, really being there with them. Each small act becomes important. Each small act becomes a chance to feel happy. The result. So, what happens when we focus on the now? We feel less stress. We feel more peace. We enjoy the simple things that make life rich. The present moment gives us a gift. And when we open that gift, we find calm, joy, and gratitude waiting inside. Living in the now. When we live in the present moment, something wonderful happens. We connect better with other people. We connect better with ourselves. And most of all, we feel truly alive. Because life is not in the past. Life is not in the future. Life is in the now. When we learn to live in the present moment, we discover something beautiful. Happiness is already here. We do not need to chase it. We do not need to wait for it in the future. We only need to see it, feel it, and enjoy it right here, right now. Easy tips to practice living in the now. Now, let's talk about something practical. You might be asking yourself, how can I stay in the present moment? The good news is that it is not difficult. You do not need to buy anything. You do not need to travel anywhere far. You can begin right where you are. All it takes is a few small, simple steps. Let me share with you some easy tips that you can try in your daily life. These tips can help you enjoy the present moment and feel more calm, peaceful, and happy. 1. Take a deep breath. One of the easiest ways to come back to the present is through your breath. Breathing is something you do every second of your life, but many times you don't notice it. So, stop for a moment. Sit quietly if you can. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the air filling your lungs. Now breathe out slowly. Feel the air leaving your body. As you do this, notice how your mind becomes quiet. For that short moment, you are not thinking about the past. You are not worried about the future. You are just with your breath. You can try this anytime, at work, at school, at home, or even outside. Just 2 or 3 deep breaths can already make a big difference. 2. Look around you. Another simple tip is to look at what is around you. This sounds easy, but it is very powerful. Many times, we walk through the day without really seeing anything. We are so busy thinking that we forget to look. But the present moment is full of beauty if we pay attention. So stop for a moment and look up at the sky. Is it blue? Are there clouds? Look at the trees. Notice how the leaves move in the wind. Look at the people near you. Notice their faces, their smiles, their expressions. You can also notice the small details, the color of a flower, the shape of a building, the way the sunlight comes into your room. All of these little things can bring you joy when you really see them. 3. Listen deeply. The next tip is to listen carefully when someone talks to you. Sometimes when we talk with people, our mind is somewhere else. We may be thinking about what we want to say next, or maybe we are thinking about something completely different. But when you truly listen, you are living in the present. Try to give the person your full attention. Hear their words. Notice the tone of their voice. Look at their face. See their eyes. When you do this, the other person feels respected and loved. And you also feel more connected to them. Deep listening makes friendships stronger, relationships warmer, and life kinder. 4. Do one thing at a time. Another helpful tip is to do one thing at a time. In today's world, many people try to do many things at the same time. This is called multitasking. For example, eating your lunch while checking your phone, listening to music while writing an email, watching TV while trying to study. When we do many things at once, we are not really present for any of them. You may finish your meal without tasting it. You may read a message without really understanding it. So try to focus on just one thing. When you eat, just eat. Notice the taste, the smell, the texture of the food. When you write, just write. Pay attention to your words. When you walk, just walk. Feel each step. Doing one thing at a time brings your mind back to the present. Enjoying the present moment, a small practice. We have been talking a lot about living in the now, but sometimes it is not enough to just talk about it. We need to try it. So now, let's take a short moment together to practice living in the present. You do not need anything special for this practice. You don't need music or candles or any tools. The only thing you need is yourself right here, right now. If you are sitting somewhere safe, like in your home, on a chair, or in a quiet place, I invite you to gently close your eyes. If you are walking, cooking, or doing something that needs your attention, please keep your eyes open and just listen. The most important thing is to feel safe and comfortable. Step 1. Breathing. Let's begin with your breath. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel the air as it enters your body. Notice your chest rising. Notice your belly lifting a little as you breathe in. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth. Feel the air leaving your body. Notice your shoulders becoming softer and more relaxed. Let's do this again. Breathe in slowly, feeling the air move inside you. Breathe out slowly, letting go of any tension. You don't need to change your breath. You don't need to force it. Just notice it. Just feel it. This is your breath. This is your now. Step 2. Feeling the body. Now let's notice the body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the chair or the floor supporting you. Feel your hands. Are they resting on your lap, on your legs, or maybe at your sides? Just notice them. You don't need to move them. You don't need to do anything. Your body is here. Your breath is here. This is the present moment. Step 3. Listening to sounds. Next, let's pay attention to the sounds around you. Maybe you hear the sound of the wind outside. Maybe you hear the soft hum of a fan, the noise of cars, or the voices of people far away. Or maybe you just hear your own breath. Whatever sounds you hear, simply notice them. Do not judge the sounds. Do not try to change them. Just listen. Let the sounds come. Let the sounds go. They are all part of this moment, your now. Step 4. Watching the mind. Now, sometimes the mind will wander. This happens to everyone. Maybe you start thinking about something you need to do later. Maybe a memory comes from the past. Maybe you begin to worry about tomorrow. That is okay. It is normal. When you notice that your mind has gone away, don't be angry at yourself. Don't feel bad. Simply, gently bring it back. Bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to the sounds around you. Bring it back to this present moment. There is no right or wrong. You are simply practicing being here. Step 5. Closing the practice. Now let's take one more deep, slow breath together. Breathe in, feeling your body, feeling your breath, feeling this moment. Breathe out, letting go, feeling calm, feeling peaceful. When you are ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Or, if your eyes were already open, just lift your head and look around. Notice how you feel right now. Notice that you have just spent a few moments living in the present. And see if you can carry this feeling with you as you move through the rest of your day. Because this moment, this simple now, is your life. Benefits of living in the now. This small practice that we just did is something you can do anytime. You can take a few moments to breathe, to listen, and to feel the present moment. It doesn't take long, but it can bring you peace and help you enjoy life more. The truth is, the power of now is always with you. It is always here. You don't need to look for it in a book. You don't need to travel to a faraway place. The now is waiting for you every single moment. You only need to notice it. You only need to feel it. You only need to live it. But maybe you are asking, why is it so important? Why should I focus on the now? The answer is very simple. When we live in the now, we feel better inside. We enjoy life more. We feel more calm, more happy, and more connected to ourselves and to the people around us. Let's explore some of these wonderful benefits together. 1. Less stress, more peace. One of the biggest benefits of living in the now is that we feel less stress. Think about it. When our mind is always busy with the past, we often feel regret or sadness. When our mind is always busy with the future, we often feel worry or fear. These thoughts are heavy. They make us tired inside. But when we bring our mind back to this moment, the stress becomes smaller. We stop fighting with our thoughts. We stop trying to change what has already happened. We stop being afraid of what has not come yet. Instead, we simply accept this moment as it is. And when we do that, something beautiful happens. Our body and mind begin to feel calm. Our breath becomes softer. Our heart beats more slowly. We feel safe in this moment. And that simple feeling of peace is something we all need. 2. More joy in small things. Another benefit is that we feel more joy when we live in the now. We start to notice the small, simple things that make life special. We see the blue sky. We feel the warm sun on our face. We hear the birds singing. We taste our food more fully. For example, imagine you are eating a meal. If your mind is busy, you may not taste it at all. You may eat quickly, thinking about work or school. But when you focus on now, you enjoy your meal more. You taste each bite. You smell the food. You feel thankful that you have something to eat. In that simple act, you feel joy. Life becomes rich and full, even in small moments. 3. Better focus and clarity. Living in the now also helps us have better focus. When we think about many things at once, the past, the future, our worries, our plans, our mind feels tired. It is hard to pay attention to what we are doing. But when we bring our mind back to the present, everything becomes clearer. We give our full attention to the task in front of us. We do one thing at a time. We listen carefully. We see clearly. For example, imagine you are reading a book. If your mind is thinking about something else, you may not understand the story. But if you bring your mind back to now, you enjoy the book. You understand it better. You remember it more. The same is true for work, study, cooking, cleaning, everything we do. When we are present, we do things with more care, more success, and more enjoyment. 4. Stronger, happier relationships. Another wonderful benefit is that we build better relationships when we live in the now.
Why?
Because when we are present, we are truly with the people we care about. We listen to them. We see their smiles. We hear their words. We feel their feelings. For example, when you are talking with a friend, but your mind is thinking about something else, you may not really hear them. But when you focus on now, you hear their words clearly. You understand them better. You show them kindness and love. This makes the other person feel important and respected. And when people feel that, relationships become stronger, warmer, and happier. So the benefits of living in the now are many. Less stress and more peace. More joy in small, simple things. Better focus and clarity. Stronger and happier relationships. And all of these things help us live a better, more meaningful life. People feel good when we are truly with them. And we also feel good because we feel more connected. We feel less alone. We feel more love in our lives. Living in the now also helps us feel thankful. When we stop to notice the present, we begin to see all the good things that are already here. We stop waiting for some future time to be happy. We stop saying, I will be happy when I get that job, or I will feel good when I pass that test. Instead, we start to feel happy now. We feel thankful now. And this thankfulness helps us live with a soft, open, and peaceful heart. So, as you can see, living in the now brings many good things. We feel less stress. We feel more joy. We focus better. We build stronger relationships. We feel more thankful. And all of this helps us live a better, kinder, and more peaceful life. The best part is, you don't need to wait for anything. You don't need to look for it outside of yourself. The power of now is already inside you. You can enjoy these benefits today, in this very moment. My dear friends, we have come to the end of today's podcast. Let's take a moment to remember what we talked about. We spoke about the power of now. We learned that now means the present moment, the time that is happening right here, right now. The past is already gone. The future has not come yet. But now is where life happens. This moment is real. This moment is alive. This moment is the only time we can truly live. We also talked about why people often forget to live in the now. Many times our mind is busy with the past. We remember things that went wrong. We feel sad about mistakes. We regret what we did or did not do. Other times our mind is busy with the future. We worry about what might happen. We feel stress about things that have not even happened yet. But when we spend too much time in the past or future, we miss the beauty of the present. We miss the small joys that are right in front of us. Then we explored what happens when we focus on the now. We feel calm. We feel light, as if a heavy weight has been lifted. We enjoy the small things more, the taste of a cup of tea, the sound of birds, the smile of a friend. We feel more thankful. We feel more connected to others. And most of all, we feel more alive because life is happening right now. We also learned some simple, easy ways to practice living in the now. Take a few deep breaths and notice the air moving in and out of your body. Look around and really see the world, the sky, the trees, the colors, the people. Listen carefully when someone talks to you. Give them your full attention. Do one thing at a time and enjoy it fully. These are small steps, but they are powerful. They help us come back to the present and feel peace. I want to encourage you, my friend, to try living in the now today. Even if you can only do it for a few moments, that is enough. When you eat, really taste your food. When you walk, really feel the ground under your feet. When you speak with someone, really listen to them. You do not need to wait for tomorrow or next week to begin. You can start right now. The present moment is always here for you. It is always waiting for you to see it, to feel it, and to enjoy it. Before we end, I want to leave you with a simple, gentle thought. The now is a gift. That is why we call it the present. Carry this thought with you as you go through your day. And whenever you forget, just stop, breathe, and return to this moment, because this moment is your life. I hope today's message will remind you to slow down, to take a deep breath, and to enjoy the life that is happening right now in front of you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode and that it not only helped you with your English, but also gave you something useful for your life. If you liked this podcast, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. You can also share it with a friend who may enjoy it too. And if you want to practice your English, try talking about this topic with someone else. When you share your thoughts, you not only improve your speaking, but you also remember what you learned more deeply. So, until next time, take care of yourself. Be gentle with your mind. And try to enjoy each moment as it comes. Goodbye for now, my friends.